Start if you want the CBC. Are you guys?
Put the tube in there.
Beginning to end of the blood
We
machine.
want it to be almost up to the top,
Okay, so
like a little bit more.
whole blood draws down that.
Only about this much.
Yeah.
Because when you put the
Information and
paste in,
stuff too, right?
and you want to do two,
The right
Keep an eye on that.
so you don't want it to go and spew out the top, so that was perfect. Then you're gonna tap it.
Oh, did you put the purple tubes over there? Yeah. I spent
All right.
smaller.
And that's one. And then the other one. Alright, so you want to make sure that you're putting, to make the straw effect, you're not putting your finger on it when you get the blood in, because otherwise the blood won't go into the tube. You want to tilt this just enough so that it doesn't spill out, but enough so that it goes to the top, almost. Then when you take it out, you want to make sure you're putting your finger on the top to make the straw effect so that it stays. Then once you get it in that putty, you can take your finger off because it's created the straw effect on the other end.
Why are you making two, Alex?
The reason I'm making two is so that it will be balanced in the centrifuge. And one might break. And just in case one breaks, you have two. Alright, so we're going to start using the centrifuge now. We want to make sure that when we put in, first of all, we're using all bovine blood from the same cow, so we can write that down. If we're using different types of blood, then we would write down on here which one each was, and we would make sure to label it. So when we put it in, and make sure the putty goes towards the outside, you can place it in a little, make sure there's like a little hole, and then place it down. When you put the samples into the centrifuge, you want to make sure that everything is diagonal from each other so that it's balanced. So if this one is in 23, then I'll put this one in 11. Those ones are balanced. And I have two more. You always want to have an even number of samples. This one's in 5, then I'm going to go directly across. And then these last two, I'll put this one at 8. Make it look really pretty. And then directly across into 20. So I'm just going to double check to make sure that they're all balanced. We're going to get a Curian check, and that's good. Then when we're putting this, the cap on, we want to make sure that it is lined up. So this is not good because the tabs, these tabs need to be resting on a gray part, so the arrow will be pointing. That means yes, that's good. And then tighten it. How much do
You just want to have it hand tight? Hand tight?
What do I do? Alright, that's good. And then plus start.
It takes 3 minutes.
Yes, 3 minutes. So now we're going to do our PCV, which is packed cell volume. The way that we can determine that is you take your centrifuged PCV tube, you start with the blood, the base of the blood on the 0 line, and you move it all the way up until the top of your plasma gets to the 100 line, and this is still at the base. Then, to read the PCV volume, you want to go across from these numbers along here. So it looks like our PCV is 36. Alright. Alright, so we want to make sure that our refractometer is calibrated, which we already did. Then we are going to break to get our total protein. We are going to break it where the plasma is, because I want to get the plasma out. Once I've broken it, the part that I want to go onto the refractometer is the non-broken part. So in this case, it's the side with the blue line. I like to put it like this and then kind of hit my hand on the table so that
A little harder.
you don't, make sure that you don't touch the blue part with the PCV tube, because if it scratches it, that's not good. It's expensive. Okay. Alright, and to tell the total protein, you want to make sure that you're looking at the left graph, which is 0 to 12. Alright, so our total protein is about 7.2. And we are still using the bovine blood from bovine 203A.